So I was born and raised in South Philly at 13th and Fitzwater. It was the Martin Luther King Plaza is what they called it, but it was really the projects. It was one of the roughest housing projects in the United States of America, based on violence, drugs, crime, some of the things that were very negative about housing projects, but it was still very much a family. 4 high-rises. We had a whole lot of fun. It was that we played king ball outside. We played basketball. I ran track at the rec center, which was called Ridgeway Recreational Center, which is now the Creative and Performing Arts High School, which is one, as everybody knows, one of the anchors of the Avenue of the Arts. In my projects, we spent a whole lot of time together as families, like walking in and out of the stores. And when I fast forward to 2016 and think of the gentrification and some of the fancier, cafes that are out there and people are sipping martinis in the middle of the day. And I joke a lot with my friends who moved away for college or for work, or people who are coming home from prison and they see the dog park at 12th and Catherine, they see, the young white couples pushing $1,000 stroller. It is a world of difference. It's a world of difference. And I think that sometimes my friends and family, we talk often about how we don't feel included in the progress that has been made when you look at Catherine and Fitzwater and Bainbridge Street, when you look on both sides of Broad Street, when you walk up Christian Street where the funeral home used to be, Chew Funeral Home, where so many of our family members were buried and memorialized, is no longer there. I think it's like somebody's home now. We talk about the commercial spaces all the time, how we're treated differently, how it's really different because the people are brand new. They've come into the neighborhood and they don't really have that sense of history that we have. Back then people were on food stamps. They came with their physical book of food stamps. Now you have access cards that can't be used at some of the bodegas because they're a little bit fancier. But I think it's important when we have these conversations to remember that people were displaced. It wasn't just imploding projects and moving it away, but there were real people who have a love for South Philly, they have a love for their family and the history of their neighborhoods, of the culture. We're walking distance from Center City. It's a very unique neighborhood in that regard. Gentrification has positive sides, but the negative that my friends and my family and the people who grew up at 13th and Fitzwater talk about is that we really want to be included.